Hi, everyone, and welcome to another special masterclass. Today, we are going to learn all about leveraging digital tools, AI, and automation for our retail or service businesses. And today, we've got a very special guest that will facilitate today's class. Her name is Tolu Amadi. Tolu is the founder of Ace 8 Digital. She's a very fearless advocate for working smarter through automation, AI, and strategic consulting. She's a burn survival turned powerhouse entrepreneur, and she helps businesses to eliminate chaos, to scale sustainably, and to reclaim their time. From a tech setup to digital transformation, Tolu brings clarity, compassion, and system that works so that every entrepreneur can thrive, not just survive. Tolu Amadi is a powerhouse that is behind ACID Digital, like I mentioned, and she has helped a lot of entrepreneurs and organizations to streamline operation, to boost productivity, and to amplify profits, all through the power of automation and AI. She's a master at turning overwhelmed into optimized system. Tolu has led digital transformation that cuts cost by 60% and increase productivity by up to 90%. Tolu's approach combines real-world consulting, business psychology, and hat making into a standout voice in tech and entrepreneurship. She's a survivor of multiple traumas, including a burn accident in her youth. Tolu brings unmatched resilience, insight, and innovation to every room she enters. Whether she's training teams or coaching CEOs or mentoring the next wave of women entrepreneurs, she's on a mission to simplify tech, to scale businesses, and to spark lasting change. You're welcome, Tolu. Please take over this special masterclass.
Wow, thank you so much, Ejibola. While you were reading my profile, I was wondering, is this me or is this somebody else? But thank you so much. And thanks everyone for being here. And we're going to start this session in just a few minutes. I will be sharing my screen. So give me a few minutes to just get that screen up. Um, And while that is ongoing, I'm going to paste a question right now in the chat very quickly. And please just let me know if you can actually see me. Can you see me or no? Something wrong
No.
here. Not at all. Okay, give me 1 second. Uh, okay. I'm not missing anymore, am I? Okay. Okay, for some reason, I'm not able to do that chat paste, but I'm just going to ask the question, what's one thing you would rather delegate, automate, or pause to create more space in your schedule? If you can just write it down in the chat for me, that would be awesome. Um, the whole goal of this is just to kind of get a gauge of where everyone is in terms of, just being more sustainable in their business. So again, the question is, what's one task you could delegate, automate, or pause to create more space in your schedule? Okay. Okay, I'll try to get into the chat. Okay, now it worked. Okay. Social media posts. Wow. Okay. Also updating product pages. That's a good one. Responding to PO requests. Okay. Okay. I mean, it gives me an idea of what types of questions I would get in terms of social media posts, SEO. I actually did have something about this and then decided to, let's say, take it off, but I will still talk through it, so that's fine. Responding to purchase order requests. Okay, okay. So would that be from vendors or would that be from people that you deal with? I think Ejibola asked that question. Then grant application. That's a good one. Making posts for social media. Wholesalers. Okay. Okay. Updating product pages. Okay. 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 Yeah. No, I have a little bit of idea where everyone is now. So we're gonna start. I wouldn't dive into the introduction too much, but again, the title is Leveraging Digital Tools, AI, and Automation for Your Retail Business Growth. And we're going to be looking at how automation and AI can help save time and boost retail growth. So a little bit about me. I know Ejibola already kind of touched on a lot of things, but I'm the brain behind AC Digital, experts in digital tools, AI systems, and business process optimization. I can majorly tell when a tool is not user-friendly, is not good, and should not be used just by seeing the features and going through, the site once. I am a burn survivor, and a lot of the things that I do, um, sources from there because, one of the things that I focus on majorly is efficiency and just getting things done, and making sure that just simply because we're not inefficient, we don't have and we don't suffer a negative impact. So once there's efficiency, a lot of things can actually move forward the majority of the time. So again, I do have over a decade of experience leading digital transformation teams for both startups, service-based business, and e-commerce. So a little bit about AC Digital. We help transform businesses through technology. And our goal usually is to reduce the overwhelm, structure your business, and most importantly, increase sales online and offline. And a lot of the things that I'm going to be focused on today would be majorly about increasing sales online and offline. And I will share some tools. They might not have the icons on there, but I'm going to be sharing tools, talking about problems, the opportunity, and then case studies as well. Okay. Okay. So here's the problem, and here's what we found. We found that 60% of retail businesses often reports the time lost to manual processes, and staff are often bogged down by tasks like customer follow-ups, inventory checks, vendor communications. Um, we also found that time spent usually is equal to money wasted and then missed opportunities in many areas. When it comes to social media, we're finding that people are spending time actually creating that graphics and not actually really selling or doing what they need to do on social media. But that's where things like automation, AI comes in to make it so much more easier to start engaging as and making sure that you're growing, as opposed to not engaging and just focusing on those administrative things that would make your social media look beautiful, but then no sales, right? So we want to get you to the point where you can actually sell and make sales. So the opportunity here is that automation can save time, it can help reduce errors, and it can help increase productivity. And we found that on the flip side, businesses that embrace automation see better margins, they have happier customers, and they are less stressed, especially with your teams as well. And AI also helps understand customer behavior, automate marketing, and make smarter decisions faster. So again, I don't know if there's anyone that doesn't understand what automation is, but I think we've been hearing a lot of it everywhere now. So, but I would just, sum it up. Automation handles the doing, and then AI handles the thinking. And most of the time together, they free you up from constant micromanagement. So just imagine having a digital assistant that never sleeps, never forgets, and always follows up. That's what automation and AI combined looks like. So now let's go into what you should automate first. I would usually say start with tasks that, number one, would drain your time. So every day, like order confirmations, appointment scheduling, or low stock alerts. These are often easiest to automate and make noticeable impact fast. If you're on websites like Wix, you would probably notice that they probably have, these tools that make it so much more easier for you to, automate. And sometimes, that could not be the case. So if you're on other websites that maybe they restrict the features based on how much you pay, then you might consider either moving or maybe upgrading or looking for a digital tool that's more affordable. So time-sensitive processes, high volume data management, tasks prone to human error. So those are the things that I would say consider automating. And most times, key areas of automation, especially in retail, I do have a workshop that where I focus on, the 6-step process to automation. And majorly that workshop will talk about some of the critical areas. So I don't believe that the critical areas in a normal business or a corporation is different from retail. It's still the same thing, which is number one, sales, marketing, inventory and vendor management, customer service, and then we have the finance and operations. So most times those are the areas that you would need to focus on, especially when it comes to retail. I have put together some affordable tools, but there are some other tools that we can talk about, especially when it comes to, let's say, one-time type of fees, as opposed to a monthly type fees, because I know that technology right now, the cost of everything is going really high. So we can actually talk to you about it. But some of these tools are really handy in the sense that they do help to make sure that you're automating and actually improving your return in investments. So it's not just affordable automation tools, but it's also looking at how affordable are they and how can they make you get that return really fast. So that's what I'm really trying to cover here. And there's much more. If you are, I don't know if there's anyone in service business here, but if you are, then I would just show another slide for tools that you can actually use as well. So now let's go into the case study. Okay, so first case study is a boutique owner who is constantly running out of bestsellers. So they set, by setting low stocks alerts and linking them to auto order emails via Zapier, she not only saved hours, but avoids missed sales. and she now spends more time on marketing and visual merchandises. So I feel like I should go back a little bit so I explain a few things. So Zapier is a tool that connects every single software you have together. So what I mean is, if you, for instance, are using Wix and you have another tool like, let's say, MailChimp, Zapier will do the work of connecting these tools together without you having to do too much work. So that's what Zapier is. So when I talk about, some tools, I might actually just go back and, kind of reconfirm things. So again, with this case study, we see that the boutique owner was constantly running out of bestsellers, but she was able to save 6 hours just by using a vendor reordering and auto alerts for low stock. So this is a very simple type of automation, could probably be set up by a button. With all these Wix, Shopify, any of those tools, you could set it up by using a button. And now let's look at case study 2, which is a social media skincare store that responds to direct messages and UGC shoutouts to increase social engagement. So this store builds a loyal community, and they use referral candy to handle affiliate tracking, which turned happy customers into repeat promoters. So one-time setup is equal to long-term engagement. One of the reasons why I put this here, remember I did talk about being a strategist. So one thing I've noticed about big brands is that not even big brands, but even brands from Europe and some brands in Canada, they use a lot of user-generated content, or should I say affiliate marketing, if that's the best way to understand it. So they use affiliate marketing to drive sales a lot, because when people talk about your brand in that way and it's not coming from you or anyone within your team, it sells more, right? So using that, you can now create a whole affiliate system around this. And it's not far-fetched that even a small business could get affiliate marketing put together. It's achievable using digital tools. And I'm going to be sharing those tools later on as we go into the case study. Okay. So this is another case study. I'm sorry, I think I went too fast. Case study 3. Okay. Okay. So with this one, we see that we have a gift shop using Shopify and Recovert. They use it as they set up Recovert to recommend add-ons during and after checkout. So it's not just the sale that happens on the page. It is actually even within when a customer wants to check out. You recommend other, alternative items or complementary items that customers could use to maybe, let's say, complement whatever product that they already have in cart. So when they see it, they see what the price is, they probably either add it to cart, and if not, it's there for recommendation and maybe they could come get it later. But somehow you're putting it within their mind frame that this is there. One way I can explain this is, just think about an example where you put out an offer on social media and it's an offer for just one thing. I'm so sorry. Give me 1 second. Yeah. So you put out an offer on social media, and this offer is just for one thing. So let's say a book or a journal, right? So the offer on social media goes out, and they get to see it on social media. So what they do is they either go to your link in bio or look for your shoppable Instagram page, and then click the link there, and then maybe go to the exact cart, and then just buy it. But what you don't want to do is let them just buy that one product. You want them to be able to buy more products. So you put that ad on maybe as a flash so they can see it, maybe 5% off, and they just add it onto cart, and that's how that works. Recovert can also, aside from recommending add-ons during and after checkout, it also sends automated discounts to people who abandons their carts. So sometimes you see that there are people that come in to a store and they don't check out. We don't know why, but we send them a cart abandonment. Some of the automated tactics that people use would be also making sure that on the Google, so when people come in, there's some kind of Google cookie settings that happens. So even though they don't put in their email for cart abandonment, Google will still send them an automated notification saying you left something in your cart automatically. So that thing is actually set up through some kind of geolocation app. So people who abandon their carts, they get those nudges, and it makes a big difference in revenue, up to 18% of your average order. So that's what you need to know. So that can actually really increase revenue once automated and once set up. So now let's look at the fourth case study. And this is something that most retailers miss. So you work hard to get one customer, but what if one customer could bring you 5 more? And not because you asked them, but because they were invited by your system. So you don't need to constantly ask. And the reason why you don't need to constantly ask, I would say it in a way that you understand. Imagine if after a sale, you don't have everything automated, you just do things manually. Then you send, after 3 days, then you send something out to people and say, come join my affiliate link. And you keep doing this every day, every single day, you get really tired, right? And that's why automation is super important so that you don't have to think about it. It's almost like a set and forget, not necessarily set and forget, but it's almost like a set and forget that part of the automation, you don't really have to think about it. It just goes out without you having to say anything, right? And there's one software that works really good right now. And one of the reasons why I'm recommending it's because it's not a monthly fee type software. It's currently right now a one-time fee, but it's an affiliate dashboard that can really help propel growth. And that software is called PushLap Growth. It's just right there. So as soon as someone buys, they receive a message or email with a unique referral link or discount code. And that link is tied to their account and can track every single click, purchase, or share. So when their friend buys through that link, they earn a reward you preset. If you've ever used something like Lemfi, you would see that that's something that they do even within their service business. So people can actually do this within a service business as well as a retail business. So it's preset to maybe cash or a free item or store credit, any of those things, right? But people get, that, notification that maybe a friend has bought and they've been credited with a certain amount. Amazon also is very good at doing this. So if you're part of the Amazon influencer program, or even the affiliate associate program as well, you would also get those referral links. So anytime you recommend anything from Amazon, you just, instead of just sending the direct link of Amazon, you just send that referral link and people can buy, and credits applies to your account once you do that. It doesn't also stop there. PushLab will invite them to submit content. So meaning like a photo of them wearing the dress that they bought, or even a quick video applying your skincare. So you are getting a UGC type content, or a testimonial about your shopping experience, and you don't need to chase any of it. The system stores all submissions, it lets you approve them, and it helps you feature them on homepage or social media. So that's how the digital tools these days work. And this type of content would usually perform way better than staged photos or generic ads, and you're building trust while saving money, right? So retailers that use systems like this often see a 10 to 25% of revenue come from these referrals, and then UGC cycles, then return on investment between about, let's say, $5 to $8 for every $1 in rewards that you give. So it's really just a smart growth system, and it's hands off once you set it up. I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to take any questions right now. We still have a few more case studies to go through, but any questions right now would be great. And just a quick check. Is this understandable enough? Is there somewhere that I need to, let's say, clarify more on? Fola, I see you have your hand up. No? Okay, awesome.
No, I'm good, thank you.
Awesome. I thought I heard something. Okay, Tolu Loka, you asked if it's been recorded. I believe so, but I don't know what the Cedulous policies are on recordings, so that would have to go to Mr. Jibola.
I mean, even if it's going to be the slides that will be shared, that would probably be helpful. Because,
Okay.
yeah, I just joined and I missed a couple of the case studies. So I'd just like to pass it.
I see. I mean, if we have a bit more time, we can go over some of the case studies again.
Okay, that would be awesome. Thank you.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. So I see a few more questions. You talked about Wix. Which platform do you recommend for e-commerce? See, I would say for e-commerce, I recommend platforms, yes. I have seen Square used for restaurants. However, I've also seen Square being looked down on, especially when it comes to restaurants and then some credit card purchase and how they do all of their security handling there. So I would say usually it would be what works for you. Wix, Shopify, there are some that are maybe not anymore, but Ducan used to be like a one-time fee, and then you can use, you can just have your products there, especially if you're a small business. If you want, you can also use WordPress, but then that just means that you have to have a technical person handling that part of the store and making sure that any updates that come in, they're on it. When there's a security loophole, they're also on it. Whereas with Wix, Shopify, Square, that seems to be more they take care of the maintenance there, and you don't need to worry about that. So Lois, is there something in particular, and maybe if you share your business and what it is, then maybe I could recommend something that could probably work for your business. Cheryl, what is your business, and what are you hoping to get in terms of the examples? I can actually just talk through it if it's not there. Go ahead, Lois.
Yeah. Oh.
I saw your hands were raised up.
Okay. Hi. So I hope you can hear me.
Yeah.
Good. So initially when I started my e-commerce platform, I used Wix. but I
Okay.
do not know if it's at that time, but they did not have a shop. So
Mhm.
I had to plug in using Equid.
I
And
see.
now I have moved from Wix and Equid and started working with Square, but I can see some things that I wished were there because I had a good experience with Equid to some extent.
Mhm.
So Square is allowing me to go month by month, but there are some features that I wish I had with Equid. So when you talked about Wix, I thought, oh, do you recommend Wix? Have you had experience with Wix yourself? Or, what would you say? Because I believe you're an
Yeah.
expert.
Yeah. So I mean, I've implemented some automation tools on Wix for clients. So Wix actually does have the e-commerce portion of things. I don't know what year that was, but right now they do have e-commerce, and you definitely can use Wix, because right now, even when it comes to the SEO part of things, it's much more user friendly. They do recommend some things that you can actually do. Same with WordPress as well. They actually do recommend AI you know ideas for SEO or your metadata, so that at least you are doing really good on online, especially when it comes to ranking. Louis, I think you left while I was talking through this. So I think, yeah, I'll say it again. Wix
Sorry.
was no, that's fine. Wix is recommended. It's a good tool to use for e-commerce because they do have AI type of SEO that would help you rank better. So I think that yes, Wix, you can use it. And not only that, if you're a business owner that actually do like pop-up events, Wix does have that feature where you can set up an event, collect all the event details. You don't need to worry about like looking for different software. So if you're someone that likes that one size fits all type thing, then Wix is the way to go.
So you asked me what my business is. I could share it with you, and when you have time, you could tell me what you think, whether you think I should actually migrate back to Wix. It's
Okay.
Bustani Crafts. I can put it in the chat.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much.
No worries. Thank you, Louise. Okay, I see Cheryl's hand up.
So many buttons. Okay, yes, hi. So you had asked like what kind of business that I have. And so essentially I have a product-based business. It's primarily stationery. We've got some gifts, a little bit of clothing. And where I am, I guess, trying to be better when it comes to AI is things that I don't know, like processes that I don't know that I can like use. Like, let's say for example, I have like the paid version of ChatGPT. So I feel like I am not using it to its full extent. I don't know
Yeah.
if there's anything that I was reading something that said I could set up tasks, and I would love something like that because I used to have this program that was an AI wrapper, and it would just be like, oh yeah, no, at this time we're gonna give you this, and like yeah,
Yeah.
like okay, it's time for you to set up a new email newsletter and like just prompt me to do stuff. So
Yeah.
I think primarily it's gonna be around like using those tasks. Can I plug my Chat GPT into my MailerLite and then have it create new emails for me, or like create targeting sequences? Like I feel like I don't know what I don't know, and that I'm not using it to its full extent. Like I get much more out of it.
Yes, I would say you can create tasks with it. However, not within, like you can create tasks, but it's not going to go anywhere but within ChatGPT itself until you use something like, connect through an API. If you want a
Right.
digital tool, I would always recommend like Swipe One. That's one digital tool that I know has something like email marketing and you can connect ChatGPT with it. You know, it connects some flows like WhatsApp, like when people buy from your store, then just connect WhatsApp to send them a message saying thanks for your purchase and here are the details, something like that. So you can use a tool like that, or you can just connect everything using Make. Make is like, I think I explained it. Make is like Zapier, right? So where you connect two softwares together that would otherwise not work together. So Make helps you do that. So you can draw out the appropriate data that you need, like the email, the name of the person, what they purchase, and then the tasks that you want set up, things like that. So you can use those to actually set up tasks. However, there's another thing again. The other thing is, most of the time, especially when you set up tasks like that, you probably want to, create like a GPT bot so that it's just kind of sectioned out of your main GPT. So it's like its own, GPT bot. I don't know if you understand what I mean. Almost like an agent.
I think I know what you mean. It's like I don't know if you've ever seen Sintra where they have like these so it's like similar to that.
It's similar to that, but within
Okay.
the system, yeah.
Okay, perfect.
And that's probably where Sintra originated. It's really just repackaging, if you understand what's going on. Yeah. Okay. Did I answer your question, or would you like more?
I feel like yes and no. I feel like having Make is like a really great thing that I'd be able to leverage and use. But I think just perhaps as we're going on in the session, if you think of anything like whether it be ChatGPT prompts that I could use or ChatGPT tasks that I could set up, that would be fantastic, especially as it comes for like a physical product e-commerce company.
Okay.
Perfect.
So
Thank you.
yes. If you don't mind me, I won't attend to it right now, but if you don't mind me, knowing in the chats what kind of tasks you would like to set up, because if not, I'm not able to recommend any prompts, and it would probably just be, what it is right now. So please, if you just want to let me know what kind of task you want to set up. Is it email marketing? If it's email marketing, I think those things can be pre-taught and then just preset into the system based on some of the criteria that you give it to do.
Right. I think my dilemma is I don't know what tasks are even available to me, or so like I don't know what I could even set up. So even if you had like a hit list of like these are the top 10 tasks that you need to set up with your ChatGPT, I would love that.
I see. Okay. All right. Okay, I'll come back to that, Cheryl, and then see whether or not I can help you there, or if anything within what I just talked about, what I'm going to talk about, is going to help you. Okay. All right. So.
Hi, Tolu. We've got more questions in the comment section.
Oh, sorry about that. Are these methods applicable for small business owners or big chains? I'm asking from the point of view of operational expenses. Yes, they are. Like for instance, I did talk about referral candy and Reconvert that are being used. However, through, I don't know if anybody has heard of AppSumo, you're able to get some of these one-time systems, and once they usually are verified, you can get something alternate to, let's say, Reconvert that will probably charge you $39 per month. Push Lab Growth is one such software right now where you just pay a one-time fee of, let's say, 59 USD, but then you have it and you're able to use it. And I know that some people will be wondering, like, what if that software goes off? What am I going to do? Just remember that you would have used the lifetime of it before it goes off. So you don't need to worry about that. And that's what I tell some of my clients when they come to me and I recommend softwares to them and say, it's one time, but then just remember it's one time for the lifetime of it. So yes, you can invest in the software and it will be good for your business. There are lots of softwares I bought one time. And right now with this tariffs that are going on, I don't need to pay monthly for them, right? And I know that even the ones that I'm paying monthly for, they are killing me. Like Google Workspace, you pay like $250 a month. It's crazy. So I do understand that. And that's why, once in a while, if you want alternate softwares, I can just chip in and say, you can use this one instead of, whatever I've recommended, so that it's easier for people to understand and know that there are always alternatives. That's what I've come to find out as well. Okay, Cheryl, how to use ChatGPT, that would be great. Okay. I can give you some pointers about that, Cheryl, later on. Maybe at the very end. Please ask the question again. Settler Suman, is there a possibility to install ChatGPT or AI summary capability on Wix? If Wix has an API, then yes, you can install it. And you can most likely install it through Zapier as well, because they would have their own in-house API, and then just connect it to Wix, and then you can have a summary capability that way. So I hope that helps. Sorry, I have a cold.
Yes, it does. Thanks.
Okay, my business is Bostani. What advice would you give? I have loopholes I'd like to fill. Okay, we can take a look at this at the very end of this session. So we have Cheryl and Lois. We can take a look at it. Just your business and what's going on with maybe the website. Okay. Yes, Cheryl, you should look into AI agents, but that's another topic of its own, and that's why I didn't want to delve into it. But AI agents does help you do a lot of things for sure. Okay, let's go in. Okay. Case study 5, automate affiliates for loyal buyers, set it and forget it. So we're going to take this a step further. You already have fans of your brand, the loyal shopper who's bought 3 collections in a row, or a mom who always tags your store in her stories. You can turn them into automatic affiliates without even asking them to fill out a form. So here's how. After their 3rd purchase, or whatever rule you set on PushLab growth, it automatically invites them to join your VIP affiliate program. The link is ready, personalized, and ready to be shared. And if your followers buy from them, PushLab tracks the whole flow. No more DMing. You just say, no more DMing you to say like, hey, I referred someone. You can see in your dashboard who your top sellers are, what links are converting, how much commission you owe, or automate the payouts. And this setup is very good for boutiques, skincare. I think I have someone in the makeup industry using it. Baby stores, anyone that's passionate with anyone with a passionate customer base who loves to talk. And you don't need an influencer budget. Influencers, sometimes you would pay them like a arm and a leg, and all you will get sometimes is like spam bots back into your store, and sometimes that's not ideal. So you just need to automate what your best customers are already doing so they get rewarded. One of the reasons I'm focusing on affiliate marketing right now is I see that a lot of business don't usually use it, but it's actually a really powerful tool. And you don't have to manually manage it ever again. So this is another case study. It's working with vendors, and I didn't have a particular I didn't have a particular real life example for this one, so I kind of made something up. So please bear with me here. There's a cafe using Google Forms plus Zapier plus Trello. The form feeds into their Trello board, and then they're assigned, most of their delivery people are assigned tasks to do from that. And that's how they manage every order. Then payments and deliveries are tracked and nothing gets missed. Another way to do this is setting them up in something like Square. I believe Square has something like that for restaurants, where maybe they will have to deliver goods and you're able to set up that communication within all the drivers that you have if you're not already using Uber. And it acts as an all-in-one software to get this pushed as well. So that's an example of a case study that, where you can use vendor management. So this is another case study. Expense tracking. So I'll explain this because I had worked with a client that would buy, at one point she would buy like a lot of her expenses for her store, but then it would just remain in a receipt, never tracked, never put in an Excel spreadsheet. And there was like 10, maybe like a lot of receipts every month. Let's just say that maybe like 50 receipts every month. So one way to do that is to use ChatGPT. And this one is really just one way. You can do this using ChatGPT, and I'll explain another way. So directly on ChatGPT, you can actually just take a picture and let ChatGPT know to scan, write out everything on the receipt and put it in a spreadsheet format. One thing about ChatGPT is it loves when you are respectful to it. When you're respectful to it, it will give you what you want. So maybe using please and thank you can help. That's one of the things that I always tell people, use please, thank you. And then if it seems like it didn't give you the right answer, you say, thank you for this answer, but here's what I'm actually looking for. And sometimes that works. So what, using ChatGPT directly, that's how you want to prompt it, where you say, here's a receipt of my expenses. Can you please, look through this receipt and extract all the details for vendor item, costs, date of purchase, pricing, and put it in a spreadsheet format, right? Or a table format, whichever one. So once it does that, you just see all the extracts of it, and then it just puts it in a spreadsheet format. I use this every day, by the way. It doesn't matter if I'm working with a client and I'm using a notebook. I do that. Like I just scan whatever we've talked about, put it in ChatGPT, send it as an email to them saying, here's what we've talked about, and it makes my life easier because I'm not going and then typing something really long. And the result of this is that you always get an updated expense tracking. So now that's just ChatGPT on its own. Now let's take it a step further, which is you can create a receipt upload form, right? Because you're always going to take a picture of it anyway. And then once you create that, you've already connected AI through Zapier or Make or Boost.space with the form. So then when that's connected, you also have a spreadsheet that already has the details. All you're doing is uploading the receipts within the form as an attachment. And once it gets that, the AI or OCR extracts that data and sends the data to the Google Sheet that you already have automatically. So that's another way to do it. And it would just relieve you of less admin hassle. I hope that's explanatory. Okay. Again, this is how automation works. There's usually a trigger and an action occurs like form submitted, but it doesn't necessarily have to just be the form submitting. It could be a form is submitting, an email is going out, an SMS is going out. The expense receipt is getting, data entered into a spreadsheet, and all those things are happening at the same time. That's what the trigger allows it to do. So the automation tool detects the trigger, then there's a workflow, it carries out the tasks, maybe adds names to a CRM or like a email marketing platform, and then the result is it's tracked and it's logged. So that's how it works. I don't have this example here, but I was hoping I could talk briefly if we still have 10 minutes. I was hoping I could talk briefly about digital tools and what it entails. Is that okay, Ejibola?
That's perfect.
Okay. So if you would give me 1 second, I just would need to open a different document here.
We can't hear you anymore, Tolu.
Sorry, give me 1 second.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, give me a few seconds. I'm just looking for the digital tool area. Okay. Okay. Because I have this open, it wouldn't allow me to try to open this one up. But let me see if I can close this off. Can you still see my screen or no? Yes?
No,
Not at all?
it's not showing up.
Okay. How much longer do we still have?
We've got 6 minutes, but we can add
Oh, we
10
have
more
6
minutes.
minutes. Okay.
We
Okay.
can have 10 more minutes. Yeah.
Okay. Let me just try my best to present this. I think what I wanted to talk about is some tools that can work for social media. I think I would just talk through it. One of the tools that I really recommend most times would be Minvo. Minvo is a tool, especially for service business owners. You most likely do videos about your service or things that you have. Maybe you do YouTube videos, you do, even for product-based businesses, you do all these things. So Minvo can take that, maybe it's stored on YouTube. So Minvo takes the link and creates it into shorts. If you also do podcasts as well, it takes that link, creates it into shorts, puts like shortens the comments, puts comments on it, makes it look really good. And then automatically you can set it up to schedule on social media every single day. And that's why I would recommend that tool for social media scheduling. It also does this using AI. So anytime it analyzes the video, knows what's going to go viral or what's going to really, grow, especially with your audience. And it takes that, puts the images, puts the comments, and then all you need to do is review it and then schedule it. And that's it for that. So Minvo does a really good job on that. Then we have another tool. I don't know if you guys have heard of InVideo AI. This is where you can create videos. Doesn't matter what it is. It could be generative AI videos, animations. It could be you're creating a brand story for your business or for a new product. So you can actually take InVideo AI, put in from ChatGPT, put in some of the content, put it in InVideo AI, and then ask it to create a video based on some of the parameters that have been set, maybe based on your target audience, who you're linking those videos to, and it will do the work for you. Now, Kiwi Launch is another really good system for, like, if you're in, let's say you're someone that has a makeup business or a tutorial business, what other business? Coaching as well, right? It would allow you to actually host schedules, group schedules, single schedules. And I think Kiwi is actually a one-time type purchase. And you can actually link your payments. You can link Google Calendar to it. So it does a really good job at just putting everything together for you. Tidycal is another good one. That one is probably more based on service business owners and I think recently they released the feature for teams. So that's really good as well. Suite Dash. So if you're someone that wants an all-in-one business software, so payments, project management, form creation, onboarding your clients, even collecting credit card payments from clients before you start work, and then sending out agreements, Suite Dash would do that. I know a lot of people use Honeybook, but Suite Dash is a really good tool to actually have, and they've made a lot of improvements to it very recently. So that's why I'm actually recommending it. Before, it used to look really tacky in terms of how much overwhelm it had, but now it's much more simple and it's much more user friendly. What other tool is there? We have Happy Scribe. Happy Scribe is great if you have a podcast and if you're looking to convert some of the podcasts into blogs. You can use it as a really good transcription tool to have. Another good thing it does is it doesn't just take your podcast or your video on YouTube. It will actually ask you what you want it to convert it into. So you can ask the AI to convert it into, let's say, not just blogs, you can ask it to convert it into a proposal, right? Maybe a sponsor proposal, right? And it will do the exact thing that you want it to. You just take whatever is converted into, copy it into like your brand template and send it out to the sponsor. So Happy Scribe is a really good tool to have. It has AI and it's a transcription software. And you can transcribe your learning management. Like if you are someone that does courses and you want maybe subtitles on the course to like French to English to different languages, it will do that for you as well. So those are the tools that I have to share. Oh, one more. Repurpose.io is a really good tool because it takes your social media. Like imagine if you only post on Instagram, but then you have other platforms that are trying for you to actually engage them and you don't. So repurpose.io would actually take the post, like you can set it up in a way that at every point in time at 6 a.m. or 9 a.m. in the morning, it would just take a post from your Instagram account or your TikTok account and post on TikTok or post on Instagram. So that's how it does it. And you can also store some of the videos. It would actually take out the watermarks that TikTok and Instagram would normally put and then just automatically post it for you. So I don't know, are there any other questions for me in terms of tools? Oh yeah, there's one more, and that's for authors. It's called Publish Drive. It's really good to send your books to several platforms all over the world, and it does a really good job of it. Any questions for me?
Yeah, Tolu, is it possible for us to have the list of the social media so that I could send it to everybody?
I can create that list and then send it to you by Monday, if that's okay with you.
That sounds good.
Awesome. Okay, let me try to share my screen again. So one more thing that needs to.
While you're doing that, you mentioned about InVideo
Yes.
AI.
Yes.
Do you know if InShot has something similar?
InShot is, yesterday I used InShot. I didn't see, I know CapCut's catching up a little bit, but it doesn't still have something similar to it. I think InVideo can be compared to Discrete in a way, but not really. It's not there. It's InVideo is just very unique to itself, I would say.
Okay, thank you. There's a question here while you're trying to pull up your PowerPoint. Do you have any tips for using ManyChat?
ManyChat. Okay, so in one of my sessions, I did run ManyChat. I remember this is a 2-part session, so I don't want to give everything away and not have anything to share later. But what we do in the part 2 of this session is that we actually watch things happen. So I tell you to go on Instagram, you go on Instagram, respond to a comment, and then you see ManyChats at work, right? So in terms of tips, I would say it's great for offers. So offers that you create, it's great to just kind of run it through ManyChats so that at least you're sending out the links in inbox to, let's say, people that want to know about more about it. So it could be you have a fashion video where someone wears a dress and you talk about the dress, people love it and they want it, and they comment maybe a certain keyword that you tell them to comment. Once they comment that keyword, you immediately set a reply within, let's say, 3 minutes, and the reply goes out and you're able to now automate a link that would be sent out to them to purchase. So, I mean, the tip is it's great for e-commerce business, and it just helps things work faster.
Awesome. Seems like the second session will be more practical. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
Okay, awesome. I can't wait for that. Okay, let's not give out all the tips so that we can enjoy that session when that time comes, because I really want the women to do some hands-on practical, Okay,
Yeah.
Thanks.
No worries. Okay, so let's move on to the next slide, if I can. Okay, so I think just summing everything up, which is the key takeaways. Oops, went too fast. Start small, but think big. So automate one task, master it, and then scale. Use tools that integrate well with each other. So not tools that, one point the name is. So one thing I always notice with automation tools is like first name, last name. There may be like one tool takes everything together and then another tool doesn't. Like you would need some technical skills to be able to figure out how to, separate those things. But that's tools that don't integrate well. That's an example of tools that don't integrate well with each other. Another example of tool that doesn't integrate well is when they don't have integrators. So integrators are a connection to Zapier, Make, IFTTT, Booster Space, any of those integrators. If they don't have the means to connect, then you shouldn't even be buying that tool because you can't scale with it. You can't be sustainable with it. So you need a tool that can, when you read about digital tools to use, you need one that can actually integrate. I know the tech people, they would like to convince you that it's for security reasons and that's why they don't allow it to integrate. But really, their tools it's not sustainable. There are ways to get around it, except if it's an enterprise system, then maybe there's some developers that will work around, integrating the way that it's being integrated and probably use, APIs and, alternate connectors so that they don't have any security breach. But most times using Zapier and all these other tools, they're actually very good and effective for your business. Okay, so we do have an offer for you. It's one task, one tool, and done in 24 hours. And we do have a special price, which is $375 flat. If you go, I think there's a scan me link over here. So you can actually just click, scan that link, and you will be able to see the page. We will be adding more tasks or more tools on there so that just in case you can come back. I think it's going to run till end of May, but it's any task that you have, we can help you implement it within 24 hours to just make sure that you are getting the most of, or you are starting to, let go of a lot of manual tasks that you would normally do. Cheryl, I actually don't know if I answered your question, especially when it came to social media. I think you were the one that asked it. Is she there?
I think I also don't know what's going on or what we're going to be covering in the second session. So maybe it's going to be answered then. But okay. I know in regards to social media, like right now I'm just doing like a whole bunch of rejigging on like LinkedIn and like having it suggest posts for me. Again, I'm just really using a lot of ChatGPT. But again, I don't know if I can integrate in some things to make it a little bit more automated, or perhaps by using that Make API, that'll be supportive for me. But yeah, I guess maybe you just hanging out for the next session.
Okay. Yeah, definitely you can integrate. It does require a little bit of maneuvering. It's not the typical ChatGPT screen that you would see. It's a different portion of ChatGPT to be able to integrate into their system, just so you know. But it's possible to integrate and make things more autonomous. Does that answer your question now? Are you there?
I've got a question while she's coming back up. Is there a tool or an app that I can use to look around LinkedIn or Instagram and to give me what is trending as at today?
Yes. I can't think of anything off the top of my head now, but yeah, there are tools to look around LinkedIn or Instagram. The only problem with that tool, as opposed to ManyChat, with any of the tools, as opposed to ManyChat, and why some of us shy away from using it, is sometimes LinkedIn will detect it as a bot and then block your account. So, like, you just want to make sure that it's a credible tool before you use it. But definitely, there are tools that can help you do that. You can also connect. You can also do a connector through Zapier. Zapier is something that everybody knows about, and then you can see what you can connect together and make sure that you're doing what you're saying that you're doing. But what exactly are you trying to look for on LinkedIn? Is it just leads, or are you
Like posts
Trend.
that
Post
are
trend?
very engaging,
Yeah.
posts that are trending, and I really want to know the topic they are talking about and why it's trending, so that I can also do same.
Yeah. So no, yeah. So you can connect it through IFTTT or Zapier. You should be able to do that connection easily. Yeah. Any more questions for me? Okay, so like I mentioned, I did talk about the Automate One Thing session that we have, and the link to access it is over here. So bit.ly/automate one thing. It's running till May 30th. So if you wanted to get automated right now, there are limited spaces. You can just schedule it right now, pay for it right now, and then once we do the intake, then we start working on your stuff. It doesn't necessarily have to be now. You just want to kind of keep that slot for yourself and make sure that we do have you signed up for one of the services for the month. So that's basically it. I would send out the tools lists on Monday to Jibola, and she can actually just share, the tools with you, as well as the link to the package. And then I think I will add a few prompts, because I did actually have some prompts I wanted to share, but from the strategy side of things, but I took it off. I cut it out from the slide as well. So I would actually share some of those prompts for you, and maybe that can help you guys grow your business. So thank you again for having me and for the opportunity to just talk about retail and some of the things that you can do in automation, especially for retail. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tolu Amadi, and I cannot wait for you to come back for the second session, which I believe is coming up in May. Everybody will receive an email regarding that, so that you do not miss that masterclass. It's going to be very practical, very hands-on. So keep an eye out in your inbox for my email. So thank you very much, everybody, for logging in on time and for attending this special session. And please have yourself a wonderful evening, and see you very soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Enjoy your week.